Hello, guys. Welcome.
Hi, good evening. Welcome back if you've been here before. And welcome to the new ones to the Extreme Miles YouTube channel. So, this is the Extreme Miles Club Lounge.
Yes, just type in the comments where you're watching from, if you can hear and see us well. Um, and yes, this is our Extreme Miles Club Lounge. This series is programmed to go live every Sunday at between 8 to 8:30. Last Sunday we had some issues. We couldn't go live on Sunday, but from the next Sunday on, we'll be always on Sunday
Yeah.
unless we tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
But it's to be held on Sunday.
Yeah.
right?
And then before we continue, I am Elisa and this is Carlos. We are the founders of Extreme Miles and we help people in the UK, professionals, families, and beginners save up to 90% using miles, credit card points, and everyday spending.
Yes. So as we said before, this is the new Extreme Miles Club Lounge, and every session we will discuss a specific topic, have a little chat with you guys about the topic, and it's just something to bring you more up to date news and discuss topics that are happening now.
Right now. So, I mean, today's topic could be no more than own time, like timely. Well, there's a crisis happening right now in European aviation that is hitting UK travelers hard. And before we say anything else, Carlos, we want to show you exactly what is going out there. We prepare a video. It's a very short one, less than a minute. So just watch this.
Just before playing the video, just clarifying that this crisis is actually hitting the whole world, not Europe, not only Europe, but this is hitting Europe really hard. You see on the news clip we made. So right now I'll just play the video and we'll be back with you very soon.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have tried to search for summer flights in the last few weeks, you already know something is wrong. Prices are just not where they were, not even close. And it is not your imagination. Jet fuel prices across Europe are up over 100% compared to this time last year. 100%. In 1 year, Lufthansa has cancelled 20,000 flights. KLM has cut 160 European routes. SAS cancelled 1,000 flights in April alone. The UK government has had to step in and relax slot rules so airlines can restructure their schedules before the peak summer season even begins. And for anyone sitting there with a summer trip planned or trying to plan one right now, this is terrifying. It is a very uncomfortable market to be a cash buyer right now.
Yeah, guys, so you've seen the clips there. This is a compilation of the last few weeks of news that talk about the jet fuel crisis and all that. But what we want to talk about actually today and what this means for you here in the UK.
Yeah, so what this video really is about. So there is a group of people who are looking at all of this and simply are not being affected by it. And well, by the end of this video, this live, you are going to understand exactly why, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will understand what this group of people did differently and what you can do starting today so that next time something like this happens, you are prepared in a better position.
Yeah, and we are going to cover what this crisis actually is and what it means for UK traveler in practical terms, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to explain the thing that most people do not understand about how our pricing actually works. And we're going to show you a real booking we made for our summer holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is with real numbers, so you can see exactly what the system looks like when it's working. And everything we talk here is based on what we do ourselves. It's not theory, it's something that we've done ourselves or we've seen our students, our clients doing and
Yeah.
applying. So everything we talk is based on reality.
So yeah, let's start. With what is actually happening. Yeah, because you know the audience they deserve a clear explanation of this, not just headlines. So right, because the news is alarming and it's easy to panic without understanding what the problem actually is. Right?
Yeah,
Carlos?
the core issue right now is a bottleneck in the global supply of jet fuel.
Yeah.
You might have heard about the Strait of Hormuz in Iran and all this conflict that is going on, and the Strait of Hormuz, for those who don't know, is a narrow waterway in the Middle East, and it handles the transit of refined jet fuel out of the Gulf region. That's where most of the jet fuel produced uh, comes through and goes around the world.
And why that matters, for us here in the UK.
Well, basically because the UK imports roughly 65% of its jet fuel.
Yeah.
And the refineries that produce
Right.
this kind of fuel are based and heavily concentrated in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And when that supply is restricted, Europe especially
Feels
feels it really fast.
Yeah. Well, the international agents, the International Energy Agency warned back in April that Europe had around 6 weeks of jet fuel remaining, like the jet fuel reserves. So 6 weeks.
Yes, and this was beginning of April. So.
Yeah. So a lot's happening. Yeah.
So I'm just have a sip here, guys.
So what that means, like for the airlines?
Well, the airlines, you know that jet fuel represents around 20 to 40% of their total operating costs. 100% increase in that cost, it does not double their costs overall, but it destroys their margins on many routes, and that's why so many airlines are canceling flights.
Yeah, so basically some airlines cancel those routes and some add surcharges to existing prices, and some did both.
Yeah.
Right?
So for UK travelers, this landed on top of their air passenger duty increase.
The APD.
Yeah, that came into effect in the 1st of April this year, 2026. For instance, a long-haul economy ticket already carries £102 in government tax. A long-haul business class carries £253 in government tax before the airline adds a single penny of their own.
Well, this is now, if you think about it, because before it was just slightly less. So this is quite a chunk. And so you have higher base fares, few surcharges added on top, and then you have the government tax increases. The government tax increases all landing at the same time. So you have like higher base fares, you have the surcharges, and then the government tax.
Yeah, all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And all of that comes out of your pocket.
Yeah.
If you are buying cash, there is the market right now for cash buyers.
Yeah. Well, now here is the question we want to answer. Does any of this affect our bookings? Does it affect people who book their flights using miles?
Well, it depends, and understanding why it depends is the most important thing of this session.
Yeah, because this is important because most travelers in the UK, they have never heard about this. And once you hear it, you will not be able to forget it,
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, basically, what we're talking about is that there are two fundamentally different structures of hour flight pricing.
Yeah. On the surface, it looks like the hour flight pricing structure is all the same, and they are not, right?
No, they are not. There are, as I said, basically two different structures.
Yeah. So what's the first structure?
The first one is the fixed reward chart.
Yeah.
You know, British Airways operates on this model. So does Iberia, Qatar, Finnair, and some other companies that use the Avios as a currency. You know, with a fixed chart, the number of Avios required to book a flight is set by distance. The number does not change because of jet fuel doubling the price overnight. You know, the second structure is dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
This is how Virgin Atlantic Flying Club, also KLM and Air France Flying Blue programs work, and some other airlines around the world. With dynamic hour pricing, the point cost of a seat can move, but not because of fuel doubling the price. Dynamic pricing does not track the price of jet fuel or airline operational costs directly. It follows demand and revenue management.
Yeah.
You know, and so in a crisis like this, yes, the point prices might rise on certain dates, but it does not rise the same way cash prices rise.
Yeah. They are completely different things.
Yeah, they are completely different.
So neither program is wrong.
No, neither program is wrong. They have, each has its own benefits and its bad points, but you just need to choose what fits best.
So you need to think you need to know which one you're working with, and then why that matters when the aviation markets becomes volatile, right now. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and this is the key distinction most people never hear, because cash fare, the cash fares react to fuel, right? And miles react to demand. So these are completely different systems, and which is why miles users are not paying the 100% increase this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also the surcharges, because I know that is something people ask about. Even on Avios bookings, for example, you still pay something in cash.
Yes, and this is not only for Avios, it's for
No.
any hour booking. You always have to pay taxes and fees in cash.
Yeah.
But we want to be straightforward with you. When you book an hour flight, you pay the points and you also pay the fees in cash.
Yeah.
Those taxes include the air passenger duty we just mentioned, and some airlines also add what are called carrier-imposed surcharges on top of the government taxes.
Yeah, and those cash fees are, on some airlines, they have gone up during this crisis, right?
Yes, they have. On certain carriers, the cash portion of an hour booking has increased. That is a real and honest thing to acknowledge.
Yeah, so even on our bookings, you are not completely insulated from the cash element.
No, not completely, but the key structural difference is this. The points requirement on a fixed Avios chart has not moved. The cash portion exists, and it has been affected on some carriers. But compared to the full cash price of the same seat in a market where base fares are surging, you are still in a very much better position using your miles. And we have a booking to prove it. That's the booking we mentioned before.
Real booking.
For our holiday summer. So right now I'll just come back to the screen here on the computer. We booked this summer holiday, 2 adults, Stu from London Gatwick to Catania in Sicily, return ticket going on the 7th of July and returning on the 14th of July.
Peak summer. One of the the most expensive travel weeks of the year, and this is what we paid. Just
Yeah.
yeah, show them.
So here you can see we paid 30,000 Avios plus £4 in taxes.
Yeah, so
So this is what,
£4 for 2 adults return.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is the confirmation screen of the booking. So we wanted to take this screenshot to show you guys.
yeah,
Now, the cash price for this same flight is
same
this.
dates,
Yeah.
same date, same cabin.
Cash price for the same 2 seats on the same dates in the same cabin was £621 on the BA website at the time of booking. Now, I want to be clear with you guys. When we do this comparison, we don't use the most basic economy fare, because
Yeah.
when you book a reward ticket, an hour ticket, you get the luggage on hold, like 23 kilos to take on hold. And you also get the flexibility to cancel or change your flight,
Yeah,
paying a small fee of around 30 to 35 pounds on British Airways. So the cash fare that corresponds to that is the Economy Plus. On the Economy fare, you have three different fares.
Yeah.
You have the Basic, you have the Economy Plus, and you have the Economy Flex.
yeah, flexi one.
Yeah.
The flexi one.
So each one costs a little bit more, and there's a few differences. But the one that corresponds to the benefits you get on the award booking
Yeah,
is the Economy Plus. It's a little bit more expensive, but even if you use the Economy Basic, that would be around £500. Still much cheaper using your miles. £500 against £4 in taxes.
yeah. Well, we're going now, to let that sit for a moment. Can you please
Now
just change for a second?
do you want to appear on the?
Yeah.
Okay. There
Right.
you go.
Here I am back. So let's sit for a moment. £4 versus £621. Okay. So, like Carlos, it's important to explain exactly how that £4 came to be, because it's not magic and it's not luck,
No.
right?
Well, there is a specific BA structure called Reward Flight Savers. Sorry. And this is a scheme that when you book a short haul award seat using Avios,
Yeah.
British Airways
Just
cover all the
mention that one.
taxes.
Yeah, just this reward flight saver scheme is only on British Airways.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a
It's-
bit different if you go to Iberia or if you go to Vueling or if you go to Qatar. It's just different.
Yeah, the Reward Flight Savers is a scheme just for flights on British Airways.
Yeah,
British Airways routes and planes.
yeah.
On
Oh,
the
the short haul flights.
on the industry jargon is BA metal,
Yeah,
as we say. But anyway, it's a scheme that where British Airways covers all the taxes, fees, and carrier surcharges, and what you pay in cash is just from £1 per person per leg. It depends. Some other destinations are a little bit more. There is £2, there is £4,
Yeah.
it's up to £10. But inside Europe,
Yeah,
the
the
closest
more
countries to the UK are £1 per leg.
yeah,
So just explaining what a leg is. A leg is like when you book a flight one way, this one way is one leg.
yeah.
If you book a return flight, it's two ways, two legs.
Yeah, and then normally like travel agencies and the proper airline industry, they call normally segment or sector. But if you are like us, you're gonna call as a leg.
Yeah.
Wow. So a non-stop return flight, this is one leg out and one leg back.
Yeah.
And that makes 2 legs in total for each traveler, or 4 legs for 2 passengers.
Exactly.
case.
So 4 legs at £1 each, £2 per
Yeah.
passengers, 2 passengers, that is your £4 for this booking.
Yeah.
And BA covers the rest.
Yeah. And this is because of we're just mentioning BA reward flight saver booking, because it's not available on every airline route. And it applies to short haul European routes operated by British. It sounds a bit redundant. It's just we want to explain in a very plain English so you will understand. And I mean, if you look at the price quote screen,
Yeah.
and then Carlos is going to show now,
Yeah.
you can see that they have options on BA. They present for you. So they basically present for you the minimum you're gonna pay in cash, and the minimum you're gonna pay in Avios, the currency they call the air miles, right?
Yeah, so you can see on top there is the most obvious and less money. That's the one we chose.
Yeah.
But if you are a bit short on Avios, you can use less Avios and more money.
Yeah.
And then you have to make the math and see whichever option works best for you. At the time of this booking, we just wanted to get the lowest amount of
the
cash.
actual value of the air miles and
Yeah, the lowest cash available, and use our miles.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Just so, and then I want to also add that we also used on this case a companion voucher for this specific booking. Okay, so Carlos, can you explain what that is?
Yes, as you could see here on the screen, you can see there is a companion voucher applied. So for those who don't know, the British Airways American Express Blue Card gives you a companion voucher when you spend £15,000 on a membership year.
Yeah.
Okay, the free card, the one we used on this specific booking, gives you the companion voucher that is available only for economy class. If you have the Premium Plus card, you have to spend the same £15,000 in a membership year, but that voucher you can use in any class, business, first, premium, whichever you want. But in this case, we use the free one because that's the one we hit the target. And how does that work? The companion voucher allows you to take someone with you, a companion, without having to pay the amount of Avios necessary for that booking. In this case, it's 30,000 Avios per person to go to Catania.
Yeah, in Sicily.
Because we have the companion voucher, Elisa had to pay only the £2 in taxes.
Yeah.
That's why we are paying 30,000 Avios plus £4 in taxes. Now, if Elisa wasn't traveling with me, I could take this voucher and have the quantity of Avios needed for my booking. So if I was going alone, I could have paid 15,000 Avios plus £2 in taxes.
Yeah. The cash portion does not change. The voucher halves the Avios. That is the function, yeah? And then the companion voucher is earned through our, like in this case, our everyday spending on the card. And just so you know, we use the blue one. The blue one, you have no annual fee. The plus one, you're gonna have an annual fee. That normally we use for short hauls. The companion voucher comes from the blue because we want to maximize the way we are using the miles in this case.
Because it's only for economy cabins.
Yeah.
You don't want to be traveling long hauls on economy class.
So this is kind of a strategy we do when we get the companion vouchers only for economy.
Yeah.
So it's, you could leave in the comment what is your strategy if you are already in the game of air miles anyway. So now, the money.
I just want to highlight that all this £15,000 you have to spend to get a voucher is not extra spending.
Yeah, because it was funded by two things, right?
Yeah. So to get this threshold, what we do is we pay all our everyday spending with the card. So instead of paying for the groceries every week with a debit card or in cash.
Yeah.
We just use the cards to pay for it, save the money, and then by the end of the month, we pay the credit card bill in full.
Yeah.
And then we do that for every spend that we can use the card. So if you're gonna buy something like clothes, buy something for your house, like a TV, a fridge, or whatever, use the card that accumulate miles so you can hit this threshold within a year, right? So you never have to, we never tell people to start spending a lot just to hit the
No.
threshold, you know? You need to be responsible with your money.
So basically, for people to understand this, this booking actually was, I was trying to, yeah, but I didn't want to cut you because I always think it's rude. Although sometimes I rush myself. So basically, this booking was funded by two things. So Avios built through the everyday spending we do on the card and the companion voucher that we earn through the same everyday spending. How cool is that?
Yeah.
You know, so no extra money was spent. Like the money we were already spending was just like working harder for us. And now what I want to do is bring back to the full crisis because the timing of this booking matters. You know?
Yes, it does matter because we made this booking a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And at the time when the cash fare for this route was £621, jet fuel prices, as you saw on the news clip, are up over 100%. So people buying in cash are paying much more right now.
Yeah.
And while airlines across Europe and the world are cutting routes and adding surcharges.
Yeah, but we sat completely outside of that because the Avios chart did not move and the reward fly saver structure did not change. We paid £4.
Yes,
you know,
and this illustrates exactly what we were describing earlier. The fixed hour chart for Avios is not connected to the rise in pricing for jet fuel. It's a published redemption structure.
Yeah.
It did not go up because of the crisis that is happening. And the people that built their Avios bank before this crisis arrived are now booking their summer holidays at the fixed price, at the fixed points price they would have paid 6 months ago.
Yeah, and now
if we had booked this flight in January,
it would be the same.
It would be the same.
Yeah. And now I want to name the objection many people. That was funny. I want to, to name the objection.
Yeah.
Many people have before they understand the system.
Yeah.
You know, because their instinct says that if cash prices go, up, well, points price go up with them, and that it all moves together, right?
Yeah, and it's a normal assumption, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you are not inside the world of miles and you don't know exactly how it works, it's just fair to assume that it just go up as the cash price.
Yeah.
But that is not how the fixed chart works.
Yeah, and then this is where the distinction between fixed and dynamic programs matters so much. Because if we had viewed our balance in a dynamic pricing program, the points cost of this booking could have moved. I'm not saying could have moved like the same with a cash fare price, because it's not the same. It's just different. Because, it might still, being better than cash 100%, because I did some research last week just to have a go, and because I love doing research anyway. But it might not have been as clean as like 30,000 Avios points plus the £4.
Yeah, because the thing with the dynamic pricing on the award system is that, yes, it does not go up as the cash fare, but of course airline companies are businesses and they want to get the most out of it. The good thing about the dynamic pricing is that when it's off peak, when it's low season, you can get really good deals.
Shoulder season.
But
we just need to mention that like neither structure is wrong, because understanding which one they are working,
yeah,
right? Before you build your balance is one of the most important decisions people can make inside of the system, right?
yeah.
Well, there is a second objection. We did discuss this last week, right? Because
Yes.
we hear that often, right?
And this is, people always say, even if I start now, it's too late for this summer. And yeah, that might be true for some people. If you are starting today and your summer holidays in about 4 to 6 weeks, you probably will not have the enough Avios or points ready in time for this summer. But if you are planning right, you can do that in about less than 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the people who are sitting now comfortably have started to collect their miles about 6 weeks, 6 weeks, not 6 months ago.
Yeah, and that's
you
right.
know? Um, and 6 months of redirecting their everyday spending through the right structure can make this work.
Yeah. And I mean, the person who starts today, who starts tonight, you know, will be in that exact same position for the next disruption, And aviation being disrupted, let me tell you, it's not a new thing, it's not a novelty. This won't be the last time something like this happens.
Yeah, fuel crisis, geopolitical events, you know, airport taxes increases. These are not rare occurrences in this industry.
Yeah.
The people who have a miles system are insulated from them in a way that cash buyers are not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and there is one more benefit of our bookings. We mentioned briefly before, flexibility. Because if you book an hour flights on Avios and your flight is canceled, the points go back to your account.
Yeah.
And you can rebook. You have options. If you paid in cash on a basic economy fare, like Carlos was explaining, like there's the basic, then there's the plus, and then there's the flex. The basic, is no refundable. So your money,
even the plus one, the one that we chose to compare with our booking, it's not free to rebook. You still have to pay.
Yeah, it's
an
more.
amount.
Yeah, depending of how much is gonna be the ticket
the
on that
ticket,
day.
yeah.
But now, Carlos.
But before going ahead, there is one more thing. We use the companion voucher
Yeah.
on this booking. If you have to cancel an hour booking using the companion voucher is not lost. It also comes back to your account,
Yeah.
just as the miles you used, and it will be with the same validity it had before you used it.
Yeah, so what Carlos is trying to say, normally when you get a companion voucher, in this case, the blue one from the American Express, from British Airways. So once you hit the threshold, you're gonna receive the companion voucher, right? So that gives you a validity of 12 months.
Yes.
So if you're still inside of that 12 months, just
let's say you booked your flight with the companion voucher in the 6 months.
Yeah.
You received the companion voucher and booked. Then the flight was canceled and you received your companion voucher back into your account. The validity is still the same. You still have another 6 months.
Voucher.
You still have the 6 months left on your companion voucher. Just one more note, since we're talking about companion vouchers, we can do a video talking about this matter only. But just to give you a hint, the companion voucher is some people think you have to use both legs on the companion voucher by the expiry date. And what happens is you need to book the first leg, the outbound, before the voucher expires.
Yes.
but the return flight can be, and I'm not saying you're gonna do that, but can be within a year
Yeah.
of the outbound flight. So
Let's say you have
technically,
a sabbatic year,
yeah,
you know.
technically you can go and stay 1 year.
Yeah. But what it means is like you still can use the first leg before the like let's say on the same day that it's gonna expire the companion.
Yes.
But Carlos, let's now talk about how this actually works, like step by step, because the strategy is straightforward, right? Most people approach in a way that limit their results.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, what is the wrong way? I mean, we know, but do they?
Yeah. So the wrong way is to treat miles as a reactive tool.
Yeah.
You know, you find a flight you want, you check if you have enough points, maybe you do not, and then you pay in cash. You just give up and pay in cash. And worst of all, you use those points on whatever you have, like in your mind, something random, like a new set of ear earphones, or wine or anything like that, that give you very low return for your point.
Yeah.
And then you never build a real balance because you think, I can't find availability, so I'll just use those points in
Yeah, if I could get like a good example, is what most people do with their supermarket loyalty points. You know, they spend as they go. You know, they never let build it into something meaningful. You know, because the right way to treat your miles bank like a savings account with a purpose. You know, you decide where you want to go. You look up what the route costs in points, and then you work backwards, right? Yeah, so how many points do I need? How do I build to that number using what I'm already spending every month?
Yeah. And that is where the system really starts to work, because most people in the UK are spending money every month that is currently earning them absolutely nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you are spending from, let's say, 1,500 to 2,500 pounds a month on groceries, subscriptions, bills, petrol, and
Well,
everyday life,
everyday life, yeah.
you are not, and you are not routing that spending through the right channels. That money is going out of your account and building nothing.
Yeah.
Not miles, not pointing, not points, nothing.
And I mean, it's not that you do not spend more. It's like that spending you're already doing needs to go somewhere that accumulates, right?
Yes.
So we have like 3-4 steps to share,
steps.
yeah? So
Yeah,
what would be like the step one to share?
So step one is to understand your spending and identify the categories: groceries, petrol, bills, subscriptions, general shopping. These are your raw materials. What's the step number two?
So the step two is the 2 types of earning currencies. Okay, there are program specific currencies like Avios, and then there are flexible currencies like American Express membership rewards,
Yes.
which can be transferred into multiple programs, including Avios. And if I'm not wrong, by heart, is around 12 airline programs.
Yes. This is also something we can, if you guys want, just leave us a comment.
Yeah.
And we can make a video specific about this because it's an extensive topic. But yeah, you have basically these two kinds of currencies.
And then the reason, flexible currencies matter during volatile periods is exactly we talked about earlier, I mean, if one program raises its surcharges or changes its hour charge, you can redirect to flexible points to a different program. You're not locked in,
Yeah.
And then what would be the step 3, Carlos? Do you want to share?
Yes, I can share with you. So the step number 3 is understand which award pricing your frequent flyer program uses. Look at the route you most want to fly.
Yeah.
Search for it as a reward booking on the airline website. See what it costs in points and miles, and that number becomes your goal.
Yeah.
It does not change based on what the cash market does.
No. And you might be very surprised, how achievable that number is, Because our Catania booking used 30,000 Avios, with the companion voucher. Without the voucher, it would be 60,000 Avios, right? A person, earning 1,500 a month through the Bright credit card structure.
Yeah.
With welcome bonuses and stacking, their earnings through shopping portals, they can reach 60,000 Avios in well under 6 months.
Yes. And to be honest, this expenditure is not something we came up from our minds.
No.
If you go to the Office for National Statistics, you will see that an average UK family
Yeah.
spends that amount or more, depending on how many children
Yeah.
you have and all that. So it's not impossible to achieve those goals.
And that is like, if you think about, like, you can get this in well under 6 months. 6 months of spending, the same money that you were already spending just through different channels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now we have step number 4. And this is start earning immediately through the 3 main levers.
Yeah.
Welcome bonuses from earning credit cards, stacking earn rates through shopping portals like the BAE store
Yeah.
or the shops away from Virgin Flying Club. It depends on which program you're using, and also supermarket loyalty transfers, primarily Nectar points for British Airways and Sainsbury's shoppers, and Tesco Club card for Virgin program and people who use Tesco more.
Talking about the Nectar transfer is worth highlighting something separately. Because if you shop at Sainsbury's, you are probably already collecting Nectar points.
Yes.
Okay? You can transfer those directly to Avios. And that is the miles you have already earned and may never have used.
Yeah. And there is actually currently a promotional 20% bonus on the auto conversion from Nectar to Avios. So the rate is even better right now than the standard. So if you have Nectar points, go on your app, check it there, because with this bonus, you earn even more Avios transferring your Nectar
And then
points.
there is a whole conversation to be had about how to navigate the outward booking system when you want to avoid higher surcharges and, on certain routes, partner programs, Iberia, Qatar. That is generally an important topic, right?
Yeah, and this is one we are also covering in its own dedicated video because it deserves the full treatment. For today, the foundation is the most important thing. The fixed Avios chart, why it behaves differently from dynamic pricing programs, and how to start building your balance through your everyday spending.
Yeah, and then, the first step you can take today, you can take tonight, is right now, after this video, log in or create your British Airways Club account. Then you go to the reward booking search, okay? And then you type there the route you most want to fly. Look at what it costs in Avios, okay?
Then look at what the same route costs in cash today in this market. That gap is why you are working to close. Okay? And in a fuel crisis like now, that gap has never been wider.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's your step number 1. Just know your number, okay? Just, because, everything else builds from there.
Yeah, if you have your goal, if you know how many Avios you want, you know how much you're saving compared to the flight, to the cash price, you have a goal. And having a goal makes it much easier. Everything else, as Elisa said, will build from that. If you know the goal, you know that certain amount of miles per month will make you reach that goal in X months.
Yeah,
Just to
yeah.
give you an
And then,
example.
I mean, if you want a structure support doing that, we run a free live event we call Flight Plan Accelerator Week. And we do a few times a year. Well, it's a week-long free training where we walk, through the complete system from understanding your spending to making your first hour booking.
Yes. And the link for joining the waiting list is on the description and in the comments below. You can join the list now, and when we release the next edition, we will get in contact with you.
Again, you're gonna be the next one when it opens. Well, it's the fastest way to go from where you are now to having a clear plan with a real destination in mind, and a miles bank that is actually growing.
Yes.
But Carlos, let's do a quick recap before we wrap up the session. Jet fuel prices in Europe are up or over 100%, and airlines are cutting thousands of flights, like we saw in the video clip. Cash fares are surging into what would be the summer holiday season.
Yeah, the Avios fixed reward chart has not moved, and the points required to book a seat from London to Catania, for instance, this summer are the same as they were in January.
Yeah, and we booked that trip like 2 weeks ago, 2 adults return, peak July, 30,000 Avios and £4. So the cash price on the same day was £621.
And then we talked about the key distinction to understand. British Airways and the Avios family use the fixed reward chart, whereas Virgin Atlantic Flying Club, KLM, and Air France on the Flying Blue program use dynamic pricing. This is a structural difference, and it's not a criticism of any program. It's information you need to make the right choice for your goals.
And yes, our bookings still carry a cash element for taxes and fees.
Yeah.
Well, that cash portion exists, and it has been affected on some carriers, but you're still, in a fundamentally better position than a cash buyer in this market.
Yes, the people who are outside this crisis did one thing. They built their miles bank before the crisis arrived, through everyday spending, through credit cards that earn, through supermarket loyalty points. They are already ready for this summer. And so you can be for the next holiday season.
And then we mentioned that if you start today, that means you are the person ready for the next disruption, and it will come, because it always does.
Yes, there is always something coming in the aviation. So
save this
video so you can come back to the numbers and the steps. Share it with someone you know who is looking at summer flight prices right now and feeling shocked.
Yeah, and also don't forget, drop a comment below. Okay, tell us where you would go. If you had a full Avios bank, ready today, and we honestly read all the comments, and we love knowing the destinations, your destinations.
Yes.
So,
and just a reminder, the link for the Flight Plan Accelerator Week waiting list is on the description. If you want a structured plan and someone to walk you through this step by step, this is where to start.
Yeah, and subscribe if you're not already. Okay, we publish new content every week. All of this is practical, and all of this also is based on what we actually did ourselves. Okay,
so that's it for tonight, guys. We will see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you there.
See you. Bye-bye.